Good morning. It is October the 30th, 2025. It is Thursday, the day before the children celebrate. The children celebrate costume day. Anyway, I got some candy because even though I do not subscribe to All Hallows Eve, the children in my neighborhood, I prayed about it and I was thinking, what do I do, Lord? And when I prayed, I felt convicted that like the children in my neighborhood, because it's a small neighborhood, it's townhouses, and we're kind of like almost secluded out here. It's like the kids in my neighborhood will not see someone who's like, being godly. They don't know anything about that. They'll only see someone not participating in the neighborhood festivities, and I don't have to dress up or be involved in the occult or anything, and they're not either. They're just kids, but you know what I'm saying. So I prayed about it, and also I thought to myself, like, there was a church service where there was a guest pastor who said, here, let me sit you guys here. My hand's getting tired. How are you seen in your neighborhood? Are you seen as the salt of the earth? Are you seen as a hot salted French fry that everybody's like wants to be around? Or are you seen as a like cold, unsalted French fry? He said salted or unsalted. I'm adding hot and cold, because to me, a bag full of cold, unsalted fries, when I ordered and paid for and expected hot, salted fries, could be very disappointing. So we're the salt of the earth, and I love my neighborhood, and I know there's good and bad everywhere, and you have to take caution everywhere, but you also have to love. And I don't want to leave that kind of impression. I know I won't be here forever, but while I'm here, I'd like to be a good neighbor. So love thy neighbor as thyself. And if I had young children, I would be appreciative if when they knocked on a door in this little tiny neighborhood in the middle of nowhere, that they participated. And I feel compelled. I enjoy tradition. Not to say that all tradition, like if it's evil or wicked, no. But you know what I'm saying? Like, these children won't know. They won't be like, oh, well, that lady's Christian and she doesn't believe in the occult. No, they'll just be like, she never comes out. She never says anything to us. And on that, costume day, she didn't give us anything. So I don't want to be a cold, unsalted fry. But I also want to stand my ground as far as that. So that being said, I love costumes and cosplay and all of that. If I had the money, I would go as Storm from X-Men. Not go as, like, I'd still be here and answer the door as Storm. Let me tell you. Okay. So I actually have a dress that looks like an X. Actually, that looks like an X right there. That's weird. That's cool. But yeah, it looks like an X, and I could wear it with like leggings, so it wouldn't look as, dressy, or yoga pants. And I may wear like a 3/4 wig, and no, I don't have a gray one. If I had like a gray or silver or white one, I would do that. I love dressing up. I just don't like the occult aspect of it. But the children, they don't know any of this. They don't. All they know is salted and unsalted fries. So anyway, I'm getting ready to have my coffee, and I just wanted to say good morning. And I haven't picked up my phone for a little while because I've been a little bit busy, but it's okay. I will keep vlogging, and no matter what, I need to get a tripod and some box lights, God willing, and a vlogging camera. So, and up-to-date laptop and the software to edit more efficiently. So I love you guys. Okay, it's coffee time. What you just witnessed is an almond Danish from Costco. My dad used to get these when I was staying with my dad a couple of years ago. My dad and my stepmom. This is the microwave. I should have put it in the toaster oven. I should have, but I just set it in the microwave for a few seconds just to give it that fresh baked kind of. This stuff, I have never had anything like this. Ever. Let me show it to you. Like, it tastes like one of the pastries from the Ritz-Carlton. If you've ever stayed at one, it's just so decadent. I used to eat like a whole one at breakfast. Stop doing that. Gotta shed some lbs and get fit. I try not to deny myself. I just eat smaller portions of something I want. Look at that. Inside is like a custardy type almond, amaretto-ish. And those are like toasted almonds on top. And the pastry is flaky and phenomenal. And I will have it with my coffee. And that's that. I'll catch up with you guys real quick. I wanted to show you my makeshift candy bowl here, which is just a pitcher that is plastic that I had gotten for sweet tea or something. I prefer the crystal, but I don't have crystal yet, so that is it. That's what I'm gonna use. I need to fill it up a little more. This thing's huge and it's hard to tell scale because you don't know how big that pumpkin is. It's pretty big, but yeah, there is a giant. It's probably like 5 gallon. No, not 5 gallons. What am I saying? Like maybe 2 gallon. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, that is the candy bowl that I'm going to hand to the kiddos. Okay. Thought you'd get a chuckle out of that elegant picture there. I'm getting ready to take out the quiche. It's like mini quiche. I love mini quiche. Let me get this out of here. All right. Sorry about the trash bag. I'm gonna take that out, but I just wanted it kind of bagged up first. Okay, so I over bake them in, this is a toaster oven and an air fryer. So it has an air frying basket that you can switch out, but I usually use it for a toaster oven. But yeah, I overdo it because I like the crust a little bit, you know, This is the cheese mini quiche, and these are the spinach and cheese mini quiche. And as you know, I love quiche, and I love to make it from scratch, but I have yet to find the mini quiche cups to bake on. So I'm gonna do this, and I was like, I want to ask you guys something. Hold on, let me get all this off. Oh, ow! These are really hot. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, I want to ask you guys something about food in general. Because I realize that I have to, and I have been, changing my eating habits completely. Not on a diet, just changing them, you know? So, and I know I see chocolates there, right? But I have like 1 or 2 squares versus like a whole candy bar or whatever. So yeah, the question I have is, and maybe it's just me, I eat more when I have less food. And I'm sure, paging Dr. Sigmund Freud, I'm sure there are people out there going, well, that's probably because you're from a third world country initially, and you faced insecurity as a child. Not always, but sometimes. Like if there was a lot, there was a lot. But if there was a little, it's more little than you can possibly imagine. In fact, most people don't even believe it unless you're from a third world country. It's hard to fathom. Like, for instance, like, I don't like to talk about it because I don't want any pity, but since I wanted to ask y'all a question, you could put it in the comments or go in the communities and write it if you want. But yeah, as a child, I remember there were times where I was about to pass out or nearly passed out from hunger, and like family members making me sugar water, which is a blessing they even had sugar. And thank God the water, and I was born in Jamaica. I've said this a million times, but in case you're new to my channel, I'm sorry, got a little bit of something on here. But yeah, if you're new to my channel, then just to let you know, I was born in Jamaica, the country, not the city. And I spent the first 6 years of my life there. My mom is British. She was born in South Clapton in London. My dad is Jamaican. And I have a whole lot of different races between those two parents going on, which I love. I'm proud of all of them. But I am first and foremost Black. I am beautiful milk chocolate brown and proud. So when I mention other races, a lot of times people get like, but we won't go into there. This is a wholesome channel. We're just going to talk about love. Okay, so yeah, being a child in a third world country until I was 6, and then England for a few years, and America, obviously, hence the accent. Okay, so those first 6 years, some of those times were really, really, really bad, and some were amazing. Some were like people that are wealthy hadn't experienced some of the things I got to experience. So it was a real strange juxtaposition. But what I do remember is nearly passing out one time from hunger and being given sugar water to help ameliorate the situation until a meal could be made. There was a meal ready, but it was for dinner. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like you just maybe had maybe times were really super tough, and so maybe you had a little bit of porridge or something in the morning, if that, and then you had dinner. Well, I was an active child, and I played hard, and I had a great imagination. I'd be running all over the place, and so using up energy that wasn't restored with food. So it's probably why I nearly passed out. But that being said, back to the question of the food. When I don't have a lot of food around, I notice that I eat more. And maybe that's because like that way back, that food insecurity thing where it's like, I don't have any food, I better eat more and like kind of stock up in my body. Maybe my brain is like, eat food because there's no food around. Maybe from when I was little that was a thing, like, so, but when I have a lot of food, and not just a lot, but a lot of the food I like. So not just a lot of food that somebody else got that is their favorite, but like my kind of food that I like. I like some very, very healthy things. I like to snack on seaweed. I love sushi. I love vegetables. So it's like, I love lamb, I like sea bass, like there are things that I like. And I also like good old potato chips and French onion dip too, so don't get me wrong, okay? And chocolate and quiche. But the thing is, when I have a lot of things, when God has made it, like I've learned to, as Paul said, I've learned to be content in all situations, in lack and in abundance. So that's one thing that comes with maturity in Christ, But, we're always healing and always trying to figure things out. And I wonder that because I was like, how come when I have a whole bunch of food that I like, I'm happy about it, but I eat less. My portions are smaller. And I just, I could go like almost all day without eating, and then I'll have like a fruit plate and some veggies, or I'll have a piece of chocolate and, with like a nice pasta dish with salmon or sockeye salmon or smoked salmon with, I'll have like lox with like bagel, salmon, capers, the whole deal. And I was trying to figure that out. And I'm like, you know what? I don't think it's a proclivity or some weird thing. I think it stems from when I was really little. And that's what I think. That's what I believe. Because I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Because logic would tell you. Sorry for this rant, by the way. If you're new to my channel, then pobrecito. Skip this part. But everybody else already knows I love a good rant and ramble. All right. So, yeah, that being said, with maturity and growth and, you evolve as a person and you learn more about yourself. Being my age, I've had a considerable amount of time to learn about myself and who I am, not just in Christ, but just who I am as a person. And that's one of the things that I discovered. So, because logically, technically, I should be like, oh, there's less food. Let me eat less. And then, oh, there's more food. Now I can eat a little more, right? No need to ration. Of course, be mindful and not be debaucherous, but, hey. And when I say I eat more, when I have less food, I don't mean debauchery. I don't mean like I just gorge myself. I just mean like I crave more food. I'm like, oh, I'll eat more food at one sitting than I will when there's lots of food around me. It's very, very peculiar, but not so peculiar anymore now that I've kind of like, I think the Lord revealed it to me like, hello, McFly. It's because there was a time in your life and you probably didn't even think about it, but when you were very, very small, that there were some times where you just didn't have, and you didn't know, no one explained these things, elders, you never asked them any questions. They didn't take the time to like discuss things with little kids. All you knew is that you were about to fall over and you see grown-ups run towards you and holler into each other, get some sugar water, Every time I hear sugar water, I think of that movie. What is it, Men in Black? Oh no, with the aliens. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, as a child, I didn't know what that meant. So I guess psychologically, I kept that. Now, I say that to say, even though I still feel that way, we know that feelings can be deceptive. So as an adult, I've learned to when there isn't a lot of food, to scale back and ration my food and da 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 da. And when there is a lot of food, I've learned how to kind of still ration and scale back and keep the portions where they are. It's just different kinds of food that I can afford. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing about knowing the path and walking it, the difference. Because before I just was like going with my feeling. I felt like I needed to eat more because I just did. But now I've kind of like figured it out, and I just wanted, that's my question, like, does anyone else notice that about themselves, or anything else that's kind of peculiar, like that's opposite of other people? Like, you have less food, you're eating more, and you have more food, you're eating less, you know, like that. So now that I know why I do that, I also want to broach one more thing before I get off my Sigmund Freud soapbox. A thing with weight that most people don't know about me. I figured this out. Actually, I had some help figuring this out, but I figured this out a long time ago. And I'm just sharing it because maybe somebody else is out there like that. I don't really like sharing stuff like this, but I'm putting myself out there. Okay, so weight. I learned that I put on weight as a self-defense mechanism when I don't want to date anyone. I didn't realize I did it, but I do. And as I you get to know yourself. And I realized that, and that's another opposite thing. Most people, when they're dating, right, and they're happy and they're in their little, happy space, they gain weight then. Because they're like eating more, and it's almost like the freshman 20 pounds or whatever. Like, they're settling in, they're eating a lot, going out on dates, and not going out on dates. They've already settled down into we're just gonna sit and read or sit and watch TV together and be couch potatoes, okay? But when they're single, they lose a lot of weight, they stay trim, blah blah blah. But with me, it's the opposite. When I'm in a relationship, and I don't do this on purpose, now I know it's subconscious. When I'm in a relationship, I shed weight. Boom, it's gone. I don't really do much else. I'm active. I eat less. I eat more healthfully anyway. But I don't know, the weight just falls off me, and I'm not even really eating very differently. And that's how it stays. And then when I get out of a relationship, I usually want a time to heal, and I'll put on weight. And it has nothing to do with the man. Like, it's not like, let me look good for the man. I'll tell you what it has to do with. And I discovered this about myself, and hopefully someone else, can feel a little less like an alien if they can, if you can relate. I think what it is that, please take this with a grain of salt, and I'm being humble when I say this. Please just don't come for me in the comments. When you are, and I say this looking as natural as I possibly can, just so you know where I'm coming from. When you are raised in a way where you may be viewed as attractive by other people from you were little all the way through high school, when you're popular, when you have a lot of friends and you're a social butterfly and things are like that. When you're raised that way, you hear from the time you can remember, oh, she's so pretty, you're so that, you're so smart, you're so that, and you hear it a lot. And thank God for his grace, because he's kept me humble, and I've never been arrogant. I've always been grateful of those comments and compliments. However, when you get a certain kind of attention from the opposite sex all the time, from you can remember, all your life. I think what it is when you want to break and you just want to like disappear into like just quiet and peace, but no one will let you do that, because it's all what you always garner attention, like, because that's the Holy Spirit, that's the light in you. And I had to realize that, because I was like, what is it? Like, I tried to hide. Like, if I go in a crowd, it'd be like, oh my gosh, like, it would be scary sometimes, especially if you're if you have any, it's just strange. You never get used to it. Don't let anyone tell you, oh, people are used to it. You never do. Especially if you're humble, you don't get used to it. And so you want to hide. And I discovered that my way of hiding was to put on a considerable amount of weight. I did not know that consciously for a long time. I didn't realize that when I just didn't want to be seen, I would stop taking care of myself, like in any way, like stop doing my hair, stop doing everything, because I'm like, what is the deal? Because believe me, all the attention isn't always positive. You understand? Like, the attention can be quite negative if you trigger any insecurities in others, even though you're not doing anything wrong. You're just being yourself, being the light that God made you to be. You're being congenial, you're talking to people, you're listening, you're being empathetic. People feel good around you, and so therefore they're going to invite you everywhere, and and then next thing you know, you're too much, or as Jamaicans would say, you're too enough, and you're not doing anything. You're just being who God made you to be, this light. Okay, so you get this negative feedback. Sometimes you get like a positive feedback loop and a negative feedback loop, and you will be just sitting there, and then somebody will put their arm around their husband, and and you're like, what do you think I'm going to do? Just jump on your husband and take him away? And he's just going to be like mindlessly following, like, there's a lot. So, but we're going to keep this positive. So I learned that, like, when I'm tired of all the attention, I put on weight. So being an adult, being healed now, like I've lost, 26, 27, 28, 29. I've lost 26-ish pounds and kept it off, and I'm still losing that weight healthfully. And as you see, I still eat like my chocolate or pastries or whatever I want. I'll have a small amount of that. But I realized that I don't need the weight, that I had to learn how to say no and set boundaries. I had to learn how to be myself and realize that if anybody was upset about me being around, that was between them and God, and all I had to do was just continue to love and continue to be who I am and continue to be congenial, and I don't have to hide away or isolate myself or dim my light so that other people feel better about themselves. So that weight is coming off, and like it has been for the last few years, because I learned this about myself in the last few years. I just haven't shared it with you guys. And the weight's coming off, and I'm going to do what I want, like as long as I don't hurt anyone, and I am not, and my beauty doesn't come from the things that I'm going to do. I love fashion. I love having my hair and nails done and all that stuff, and going to the esthetician and to the spa and all that stuff. I love that stuff, but I let that stuff go when it's overwhelming. Like, why am I the center of your conversations and I don't even know you? And now I realize that, I dropped the phone. Now I realize that that's okay. Let God handle that. So yeah, I'm going to be who I am and set my boundaries. So like if I get a lot of unwanted attention from gentlemen, if it's innocent, fine, I will accept compliments and say thank you, and if I don't want to date, I'll say no thank you or whatever. I'm not going to rely on trying to make myself as unattractive as possible to keep men away. It's sad that I would think that was my only resort of like having peace. So yeah, I don't know if anybody else is out there like that who, like, yeah. So let me know. And I bared my soul today in this. So I'm going to go have my quiche. And mwah to you guys. I hope this helped someone. Maybe someone else is out there and didn't even realize they were doing it. That they were letting themselves go on purpose to shun unwanted attention. And don't get me wrong, I like being social. I love people and I love hanging out with people and doing things. And I let other people's insecurities dictate what I do, and that will not happen anymore. I decided, well, if every time I show up, women are upset, it'll make you run into your shell and be like, what do I do? Can I even do my hair? Can I even wear makeup like everybody else? Can I wear nice clothes? Like, why is it such a problem when I do it? Like, everybody else can get their hair done and their nails done, but I do it, and I garner and attract good compliments, oh, you look beautiful. And I also attract people who hate, they just hate me doing anything that even remotely looks like I'm polished. So I don't know, I decided that I cannot please everyone, so I'm going to please God. I'm going to please myself as long as it doesn't interfere with God's will for me. So yeah, no more hiding. And if you're out there hiding too, come out of hiding. All right? Okay. Mwah. Okay, I'll see you guys after breakfast. Okay, so all is well. Rant is over. And I am going to just go outside where it's nice and autumny, nice and breezy. And just gonna, you gotta see, the leaves are changing. I don't know if you can see that, but the leaves are changing color. The breeze is blowing. Sky is changing. Overcast fall. I'm loving it. I get to wear my faux furs. I get to be outside and feel the breeze and everything. My hair is moving. Contrary to popular belief, it does move. I love how that feels. Okay, so I think I'm gonna watch some scary, non-scary movies. This kind of scary movies I watch have a moral to the story. M. Night Shyamalan's Signs has all the aliens, but then it was a preacher and he lost his faith and then regained his faith, and the current that points me back to God, and I'm okay with watching those, but not all of them, because some I just don't want to watch alone, not because it scares me per se, but after you watch certain movies you want someone to talk to about it. You ever watch those movies? I used to belong to this movie group, and we'd eat, go see a movie, then go somewhere where you can have dessert, and we chit chat about it. So we'd try to go see movies that we thought would be a catalyst for conversations. I miss stuff like that. One of the gentlemen that was in the group, Jeff, I'm not gonna say his last name, he is a licensed stormtrooper maker, the costume. Yeah, so and some of those people in that group were really into movies. Some were movie snobs or film snobs, but nice people, and it was awesome. But anyway, there's some movies you watch and then afterward you want someone to talk to about it because it's so, deep. And so yeah, and if it's a psychological thriller, one of the movies I won't watch alone because I don't know, some of them are just, anyway, I'm gonna watch a few, Scrooged. That's a Christmas movie, but yet still you can kind of, Bill Murray, it's you can, I love it. Anyway, So it's getting crisp outside. I'm enjoying this fully. And yeah, I'll probably say goodnight here, because after this I'm gonna have something to eat. I don't know what either. I'm thinking about not making anything, just like maybe having some samosas or taquitos or something like that. Or maybe I can't say this right, spanko something. It's really yummy with spinach. But anyway, I digress. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. It is Friday, October 31st, 2025. And it is costume day. But yeah, so I've got candy to give the kiddos, if any come. If they don't, well then I guess I'll have to eat it myself. Make that sacrifice. But yeah, so it's a beautiful day out here on my little concrete patio, and in my mind I'm in the Cotswolds in a garden. But I'm also here because I'm so grateful for here, you know? Like, it's awesome. So yeah, I have not had brunch. As you know, I skip breakfast. I just have coffee, maybe a little piece of some sort of pastry, and then I have brunch almost every day because, you know, combo of breakfast and lunch. So yeah, I am having the same thing, like the quiche, and that's that. So just wanted to say good morning, show you the sun is shining today. It was overcast and then it's shining. You know how it is in autumn. Fall is like that, and it's not as chilly. So only if you're not in the sun, then it's chilly. So yes. Okay, I am done. I'm gonna do a movie marathon today. My version of scary movies, as I told you. And I watched Scrooged last night. That was awesome. That kind of got me in the mood to, like, yeah, it got me in the mood to maybe set up my Christmas decorations early. Not this early, but in November. I used to do it after Thanksgiving dinner, but last year, November 1st, everything went up, and I enjoyed the season for 2 months versus one. So that might have to happen again. So I'll let y'all know. Whatever I do, I'll like record it, put it on a time lapse, and you can share it with me. Okay, mwah. Until later. My nail polish just arrived. Amazon just delivered it, and it is called In a Blush. So yeah, it's like the palest pink, and I'm gonna set it over here with these, and I'm gonna do my toes and nails today. Got little clippers, nail file, self-care kind of day. Ooh. And of course I've got, guess what? More quiche, mini quiche. Okay, good evening. Just chilling watching a movie, and I just noticed something. Oh, my hair, I know, different. It has been a full day since I vlogged. I put up the Christmas tree. I wanted to show you guys the Christmas tree, and I'll show you the wreath tomorrow. But I wanted to show you something else that I just noticed. Oh my gosh. It took me 25 years to notice this. And I just want to share it with you guys because, okay. So, and then after, I have to turn the lights off to show you because I don't think it'll go up as well. Yeah, it won't with all the lights. Okay, so, there's the tree. And let me turn the light off so you can see the tree better. Let me back up. Yes, I put it up. It's November 1st. And It is Saturday night. Yeah, Sabbath is over. November 1st, 2025. And I went ahead and put the tree up. I don't have very many ornaments, but this is the only, like, I live near, like, train crossing or tracks. So last year, this was the first ornament I got, and then I just have these baubles, but they're pretty, and I think the tree looks good. And there's my tree skirt, and I've got the wreath outside on the door. Okay, so what I was trying to show you is this. This is Drumline, the movie, and that's me right there. That over there, if I were to hit play, you'd see like Orlando Jones and some of the other actors, but that's me. And it took me 25 years to to notice. I was an extra in the movie, and as you know, extras don't get paid very much. And this was shot near where I live. This is shot in Georgia, in Atlanta. And I only worked, I think, 2 or 3 days. And there was wardrobe and everything because you had to wear school colors, blah, 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 right? So I had, like, this spot that I once had sort of like a close-up, but it was left on the editing floor. Like, it was cut. There's a part where they like zoomed in, and I happened to be right there where the camera was. So I would have been like a featured extra, but they cut it. And of course this woman plays the dean's or the president's wife or what have you, and this is the homecoming game. And so they're paid actors, and I would have been, like I said, a featured extra. No big deal or whatever. But anyway, it was cut, so I never looked for myself in the movie because that scene was cut. Lo and behold, I'm sitting here watching this on YouTube TV, and I'm sitting there looking, they're playing Flight of the Bumblebee, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's me. 25 years later. And like, I just noticed it, so I'd share that with you guys because that's crazy. That's just, how do I go 25 years? See, it just goes to show God is good. When you are humble before him and you just live your life, you know, you don't notice those things. I've watched this movie so many times, and only my family knows. This is the first time I'm saying this publicly. Only my family knows that I was an extra in the movie. But I never said anything to anybody because I could never point to like the scene and say, hey, look, there's me. Because it was on the editing floor, like, so, yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys and just let you know. I was like, oh my gosh. And it just, what it did reminded me, you know, that like, there are things that I enjoy doing that I might start doing again, you know. It was fun. It was fun being an extra. You just get paid basically to be the background to movies, but it's fun seeing that like movie magic and stuff. So who knows what the Lord has in store, but that is interesting. I'm still here just looking at it going, are you serious? All of this time? I watch it all the time and I never looked for myself because I was like, it's cut. Anyway, I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy the rest of this night. And I'm watching, obviously, Drumline, and then afterward, I'm not sure, might listen to some music or something. And yeah, just chilling out. But sorry about the lighting, but I guess I could turn it back on. But yeah, enjoying the fireplace and had a very restful Sabbath. It was awesome. So, all right, you guys, I will see you. There's the tree. Now you can see all the colors. So it's just basically red and green, traditional this year. I've had like pink trees, blue, and by that I mean like the tree itself isn't pink or blue, but like the color scheme. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I just wanted to share that part of me. You guys want me to share me, so I'm sharing every facet I could think of. Okay, bye. Good morning. How graceful. There is no graceful way to cut a bagel. I'm sorry. There's my breakfast. Oh my gosh. I, as you can see, put a lot of bagel seasoning because, yeah. And I ran out of fine sea salt and I forgot that I was out. So I do need to replenish that, and I will with my next grocery haul, but most of the stuff that I'm eating already has salt added, except this. So that's why I was a little generous with it. So yeah, I'm gonna go eat that and have a few chocolates. And they have the mint. I'm not a huge fan of chocolate and mint, except in like this kind of thing, like the combination, or mint tea. But yeah, I'm gonna have this now. I'm just making a nice little spot over here, and I'm gonna lay here, watch Star Trek, look at the fireplace, and watch. These are the new ones. I'm watching this one, and then after I'm gonna watch Star Trek Into Darkness. And yeah, it's gonna be a Star Trek night. Oh, and have my taquitos with some sour cream. It's gonna be divine. It's gonna be so good. I'm just relaxing, just chilling. Christmas tree. Good afternoon, almost evening. It is November the 2nd. No, November 3rd. Oh my gosh, time. It's just October. November 3rd. And it's November 2025. And today is Monday morning. So yeah, doing laundry, still doing a lot. As you can hear, the dryer is still going. I decided to do like 2 extra loads to get some of the stuff that was given to me about a year ago. that I had in storage, and it was for the winter, and just decided to wash it all now that I have access. I have washer and dryer here, so might as well, you know, it's convenient. So yes, and it's laundry day, so I've just been going. Like I had breakfast, I think at 2 o'clock or something, which isn't breakfast, so yeah. Okay, but I'm probably not gonna get back on here, but I just wanted to vlog a little bit and let you guys know like what I'm doing and stuff. And I just wanted to touch base with you. I'm still doing all the same stuff. Fireplace is going. Christmas tree is lit, even though it's not fully dark. It does get dark early, and well, if I turn all the lights off, you'll be able to see that it's just going like crazy. I washed my little Santa blanket over there, a little throw, just getting things in order, as you can see. Everything's like hanging. Ooh. Oh, okay, you can't see that. My brassiere was hanging there. I don't put my brassieres in the dryer, not only because of the lace, but also the underwire can get in the like inside the machine and ruin a perfectly good dryer. So yeah, no underwires and too much information. But anyway, so yeah, this is it. I am signing off for today. So yeah, and it's been a Monday, but I've been thrilled and excited. Filmed content and didn't get to read all of the book that I'm reading now, but I did get to order a new book, and I decided that I'm gonna do like I used to do. I'm leaning down like this because my arm is tired from all the stuff I was doing and holding this. Okay, so I was thinking I will do what I used to do, which is buy physical books instead of the audiobooks, because I enjoy, I'm not a purist, but I do enjoy flipping the pages and taking my book wherever I go, as far as like when you go and you sit down on a beach, on the slopes in the lodge, wherever. Not that I'm doing any of those things right now, but I'm just saying, like, it's good to have your book. And I do like sitting by the fireplace and reading, like physically reading. And it's very convenient to listen to audiobooks, and I've been doing that for the last couple of years. Actually, the last year, I was reading, like physically reading paperbacks and hardcovers. I prefer hardcovers, but I'm hopefully getting ready to get all my things out of storage. I have more things in storage. Most of my things are with me that were in storage elsewhere, but more things in storage, another storage unit. And I have 2 beautiful bookcases that are lit. They have up spots and they're lit within the bookcases. And like, I want to put my books in there. And I have like school books, and those are fine, but I just want like all the books that I enjoy reading for leisure. I want to go ahead and start collecting those, God willing, to put in the bookcase. So, earring. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. Laundry. Okay. I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye. Good afternoon. November the 4th. It is Tuesday, 2025. And I'm going out to get some fresh air and some sunlight. Ah, is that a ladybug? Oh, no, it's one of those kind of ladybugs. Yeah, I just wanted to get some fresh air. Finished with all my content. Just had some brunch and all is well. Yeah, I just wanted to get in the sun. In the sun. But yeah, I'll take this hood off. It's not that cold. So, lot's been going on. Not bad stuff, all good stuff. You ever just get the feeling that like the Lord is taking you somewhere, you know? But you just don't know where. But you can feel it. And you're excited. But you don't want to be too excited. That's where I'm at. Oh yeah. I miss the sun. Usually when I get like out there, I can get out there in time to like have the sun on my skin, not just come through the house, but like have it on my, have it on my skin, and where I can feel it and feel the warmth and everything. But I missed it. So I'm just going to get on with my day, I guess. I know. Oh, you know what it is? I get it now. It's because it's daylight savings time is over, so the time that I usually take a break to go outside and feel the sun on my skin, that's changed because the time has changed. Everything has changed. So let me just tuck my tail and try again tomorrow. So yeah. All right. I'll see you guys later, maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I have got to get used to looking at the camera again. So I keep looking everywhere but at the camera. Anyhow, I'll see you guys. Okay, there really is a ladybug right there. Come to me. Please? I'm trying to save you. Ah! Yes, it is a ladybug because it flew. Come. Are you on? Oh no. Not on the floor. Gentle. Gentle. This time it's like, can't be bothered. Here, come on. Get on the paper towel. Oh, there you go. Get on the paper towel. It's on the paper towel. Whew, and alive. Okay. Where are you? Oh, are you crawling? Yes. Okay. You're gonna go out here. Outside you go. Alive and well. Okay. There you go. Are you gonna fly? Well, I know. There you go. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad it wasn't hurt. Oh, who would have thought? I thought that other thing was a ladybug, and that was a ladybug, and it was in here. Oh, I didn't want to harm it. And I didn't have, my nails aren't growing out enough to just like scoop it up with my nails. So, but it's okay now, thank God. So, okay, let me get back to it. See you guys.